Hi, and welcome to another episode of when they blame it on the dog? I'm starting to understand why. Like, having this dog in my room. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, in 5D.
5D.
Yeah, no, I work with my dog in the room with me, and every once in a while I'm just like, ooh, chow.
Dude, I love starting the podcast with a fart joke, but it's not a joke.
No,
I am
sometimes that shit
suffering.
gets real.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I think my mic is super hot, so everybody can hear me extra special today. Yeah, no. So I just got a big dog, and she's now an adult. And apparently, once they become adults, their insides start rotting. Yeah, I'm sitting here in meetings going,
Yeah,
yeah,
that struggle's real. Not a lot of people are discussing the real struggle of dog farts.
yeah, and I love the dog, so obviously there's no consequences for her shenanigans, but it's still something that I very much needed to call out. All right. We took a bye week. I've been watching a lot of racing shows, and I imagine a bye week is a sports ball reference, but they also use it in racing. So we weren't here last week, and as folks may have noticed, we haven't been publishing episodes. So it's kind of a thing. We're working on it. Just
Yeah,
putting that out there.
it's fucking broke, bro.
Yeah, it's
So back off. We
yeah,
broke it.
it's straight up broken. Honestly, we don't have much time nowadays because we're adult. 3 mile hike in the snow. Feeling proud of myself and shit.
Yeah, we had an
Um,
ice storm.
yeah, I heard you guys especially are having a hard time. Not nearly as bad as the state of Texas, like all of it.
No, no, but the greater Portland area had like quarter of a million people without power.
Yeah, that's
It's not,
that's funny.
it's not good.
No, it's not good.
It's not as bad as Texas, but it's not good.
Yeah, for sure. But anyways, I've been complaining of the temperature here a lot, and I know everyone else on the other parts of the country are like, you don't know heat or you don't know cold, and I'm like, I don't care. It's cold and or hot to me. So
I am cold.
yeah. But I know you don't want to hear about it, but I finally finished Assassin's Creed Origins, including all of the DLC. And honestly, it was good.
My mind turned off for a second while
I
you were
know. I saw
talking.
that. It was funny
Yeah.
because I was like, I'm either having a Zoom issue or he's going into his happy place while I
Yep.
talk about this.
Oh, look, a place where that's not a game.
Uh, you know what? Honestly, I don't think you'd hate it anymore.
Do you still gotta run up a wall and stab a guy so that you can run up a wall and stab a guy and then run up a wall and stab a
I'm
guy?
pretty sure you make that joke every single time, and that
Because I'm pretty sure that's the only thing that happened in that game.
not anymore. You also
Oh, no, you're right. From what I hear, now you run up a wall and stab a guy and run up a wall and stab a guy so that you can run up a wall and stab a guy and then get on a boat. And then
no. So
and then
so
that's the game.
which is kind of funny because a lot of folks are probably having a hard time with the newer games because it's a lot less of the assassins part of Assassin's Creed. It's a lot more of you see that guy over there? If he sees you, you motherfuckers are brawling. So you better get your hand-to-hand combat game on point. To the point where, and I've talked about this, I'm bringing it up just for a recap because I'm not doing a full review of Assassin's Creed Origins, but I am doing a first look at Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is the next one because I started it because fuck you, why not? Um,
Okay.
oh no, apparently there it is. Ha! So Assassin's Creed Origins, good game. They started to change the dynamic from what you're talking about into a more think Assassin's Creed if it also happened to exist in a Tomb Raider game. There was a lot more of exploring tombs. There was a lot more of puzzles, and they actually some of the DLC was fucking on point. They added this DLC where you actually go into the Egyptian afterlife, or at least parts of the Egyptian afterlife. Um, it's called Curse of the Pharaohs. So the whole thing happens inside of a machine, right? Like you're in this the Animus in general. So they can kind of do whatever the fuck you want. And part of some of the like they had rotating special events where you actually got to fight certain Egyptian gods, and certain gods only popped up in like a rotating basis. So to get them all, you'd have to come back a couple of weeks.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. So the first game, you're in the machine assassinating to fix the timeline or something, right?
No, to find out where certain artifacts were hidden in the past that will help you save the future.
Okay. I mean, okay.
So
So this one, you're fighting gods?
yes. So, but again, they don't actually say that they're gods in the game. This was like they're bosses. They're larger scale bosses with boss dynamics that are thrown as what they call them. They're animus glitches, because in this game the machine that you're in isn't an official machine. It's basically a bootleg version. It's part of the story. I'm not gonna spoil too much about it, but as an added kind of cool bonus, they added these gods that drop certain gear and so on and so forth.
Wait, I'm sorry, but honestly, this is the equivalent of like when a pirated game releases some unkillable monster at a certain level, to like keep you from playing the pirated version of the game. This is that somebody was like, "Oh, these guys want to relive history? Well, let's put gods in there to fuck with them if they bootleg it."
Well,
like what?
Yeah, and it's actually fun. It's really fun.
I'm not saying gameplay wise it's not fun. I'm saying like story wise and people sitting in a writer's room wise. That was a bunch of people who were like, "Are we still writing this game?
Well,
Is this still? Are we sticking with the sci-fi shit?" Okay.
I think I think what happened was they landed at like, okay, so we've done the main game. We still have a little bit of dev time. What you motherfuckers want to do?
It's the worst. Do your thing, because this is going to segue well into the game that I wanted to talk about, so you know what to queue up next.
Fair enough. So, actually, I don't know, but we'll figure it out.
I'll pay it to you.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, so long story short, it was a great game. There were some actual like little issues that I had throughout the game. The combat felt a little clunky because they had completely shifted to a new combat system, so it's kind of untested in this genre. I've accepted that. I've come to terms with it. It does get a lot easier as
How many times a week does your support group meet for this one?
Right. Well, actually, you know what? I feel like that my support group isn't just an Assassin's Creed support group. It's every new fucking game support group, because every new game is starting to try and do these very similar things with stamina and all this shit. The reason I won't play the new God of War is because I really like the old God of War, and that's not what I'm about.
I tried, dude. Everybody swore it was really good, and I tried to get into it, and like, yeah, I hate this precision timing stamina. Like, honestly, I'll just go play Dynasty Warriors from now on. Fuck it, give me my button mashy ridiculous shit. It's fine.
That's what I will say. This was a nice intermediate for that. Like, it isn't like Jedi Fallen Order, where you very definitely, if you don't get the timing right on the particular fight with that particular enemy, you're fucked. Like, there's do not pass go, do not continue. It's not that.
Sure.
It's a combo of the hacky slashy kind of game, where you do have to dodge unless you are really good at the combos without dodging, because you will get interrupted. Anyways, I thought it was a little clunky at times, but the puzzles were on point. I do gotta say that the maps are huge and gorgeous. Like a desert that you have to ride through. You actually have to ride through a fucking desert. Like, obviously, it doesn't take you fucking 2 weeks to ride through desert like in normal. Sure. But it's legitimately, there's fucking nothing around. I thought it was great. But anyways, so I finished it. The story, I actually had more fun in the DLC than I had in the main game, which is kind of fucked up. Because
it at least means that the developers are like improving and thinking about things, so credit where credit's due.
For sure. And by the time I bought it, all the DLC was included, so I didn't pay anything extra.
Nice.
So I feel like Game of the Year would be way more worth it than the original. So I didn't hate it. I thought it was great. my wife enjoyed watching me play it to the point where she was participating. She's like, "You missed the thing over there," or "There's an enemy. He's gonna spot you." There's enough stealth dynamics where if you enjoy stealth, you can beat this whole game just doing stealth. But if you don't give a fuck, you can just go out there and punch a motherfucker in the face.
I like it when it has that option because boy, am I bad at stealth.
Yeah,
that's just a me thing. I'm real bad at stealth.
Like,
I can't do it.
I will say that the person that you start playing in the beginning is nowhere near the person you play at the end, to the point where some of the abilities you unlock are basically fucking magic. I'll give you one example. You can they have different weapons types. They're all, bows. They have a bow that does your standard. It's a bow, and then you have a bow that does a scatter shot. Then they have a rapid fire bow. And then they have this one called the Predator Bow, which would be the equivalent of a real-world sniper rifle. It is a long-range one where, to aim, the reticle gets closer to you. However, in the latter unlocks, if you hold the fire button, not only do you get to follow the arrow, you can change its trajectory in midair. And I don't care how good archers in the past were in ancient Egypt.
That ain't a thing.
That's not a thing. We're basically figuring that shit out with like missiles and bullets nowadays. So it's not a thing.
It's not a thing.
But it was fun as shit.
Sure.
Like, I actually started enjoying the stealth mechanics more once I had that weapon and a couple other things, because I love to be like, I'm gonna set up this fucking shot. Boom, that guy's gone. And you actually have like there's arrow drop, and there's all these other cool mechanics where like I had to lead targets and see how fast they were moving to try and get them. Like, it was fun. The gameplay was fun. The story, I'd give the gameplay a 8 out of 10. I'd give the story a 6 or 7, maybe 6.5. If you include the DLC, it pumps it up to easily a 7.5.
Okay.
Out of 10, obviously.
Sure. Out of 34, I got it.
Huh?
Out of 34, I got it.
Yeah, out of a million. But I enjoyed it. So I stopped. I put it down. I was like, okay, I've done everything. I didn't 100% it. I don't do the 100% achievements, but I do the do every event on the map.
Yeah.
Except
I'm the same, really.
Arenas. I fucking hate arenas. Well, it's just because like they're like, oh, this thing that you do a couple times in the story, just do that like 20 more times.
See, arenas I don't mind. The ones I don't like are the usually I try to avoid what do you call it, like jump through the rings, or
you're talking about
run
like
through the points, or
or
in Borderlands. Sort of like,
in Borderlands, it was like deliver the mail or food or whatever.
Trial run, speed run.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, I hated it. Borderlands, I hated it. I hate all that shit.
Yeah, actually, that was DCU. I fucking hated that there were so many of those.
Yes.
But yeah, I agree. Yeah. I'm also not into those. But the reason I don't like arenas is because they hardly ever add anything to the story. I didn't.
Yeah, but I like arenas because they're easy. Hey, all that combat you've been doing, do a bunch of that in a row.
Yeah, but
all right.
But I'll do it once and be like, oh man, that was fun. Oh, hey, you want to do it again on harder levels? And I go, no.
Oh, no.
Not really. No. So like I did it once. I got to there's this one where it's just like unlimited. I got to level 30 and I was like, I think this is good enough, and then I just let them kill me.
Yeah.
Cuz like fine. Why? But
what are you trying to prove?
So then I actually had a bit of a moment where it felt like me whenever I look at my what is a Humble Bundle list.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know what to play, and it actually it gave me a revelation that I think I also want to talk about after this as well.
Okay.
I like the PS5 better
than the Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I'm using my Series X way more than I'm using my PS5.
But is it because of games?
I just don't have a lot to play on it, and I'm already getting a defective controller, and I hear that they're not honoring warranties on it.
Oh, you're getting that like the drift on the
No, everything keeps having a drift. My button is sticking, and it feels like the hopper underneath it is actually busted.
Oh, yeah. They better
Like,
be. Well, actually, there's a huge class action lawsuit right now.
I'm gonna try and clean it real good first, because who knows? Maybe something got on there. Maybe I had some shit on my fingers or something. I don't know.
I have 2 that I rotate through, so maybe it'll take longer for them to break.
Oh yeah, see, and I only have the one.
Yeah,
They're expensive.
They are, but one came with it, and I
Mhm.
got the second one from the store that gives me tax-free and free shipping. So why not?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Um, so anyways, I got 2, and then I've got them on the charger rotator. So when one dies, I'm just like, boop.
Yeah, I gotta find something else to play on there. I've been playing. Here's your segue time.
Yeah, what have you been playing?
I finally I'm way behind on it, but I finally started playing Doom Eternal.
Okay.
Because it's free on Game Pass, so I was like, fuck it. First of all, let me go over this bullshit. For anybody who's trying to get like, oh hey, I didn't have time to play fucking Doom Eternal because I'm a regular human being who lives a life outside of bullshit. So you get on Doom Eternal, you're like, hey, Game Pass. Game Pass is great. Push a button, download game, play game. Great. No, so for Doom Eternal, it takes you to 3 separate packages.
Yeah.
Download the game. So there's the multiplayer, the campaign, and then the all-in-one. The campaign and the all-in-one do not work. You can click them all day. It just kicks you out of the menu. You got to go back in.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go in and download the multiplayer, which then enables you to download the campaign. The full package, I can't figure out why that's a tile at all. Doesn't do shit.
Yeah.
But basically, the whole game front loads off the multiplayer. So you do 50 gig download to get the multiplayer, and then it's like 10 megabytes to get the campaign data. That's a separate download.
Yeah. I actually made the exact same mistake, but with Final Fantasy 15. Here, I have not played a Final Fantasy since the first one where Lightning's in it.
Yeah, it's not that old. That's 13.
Yeah, but that's
14,
still
13,
how
14?
many years at this point?
Yeah, you're right. That is a couple
Because
years.
they did
You're-
13-2, so that was a
Yeah.
whole other cycle in between.
Don't
So-
get me started on that shit.
Yeah, so
I
like
still never finished that one. I've never bothered. I couldn't get into it.
I didn't finish 13.
Yeah, I tried real hard.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do it. Could not do it.
So anyways, I got really brave, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go download this Final Fantasy game. I hear it's pretty good now because they added more real-time combat. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm into this. And then I downloaded it, and I tried to open it, and it was like, oh, this isn't that thing. That thing you're looking for is this other thing that's gonna take 4 hours to download.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, okay, go fuck yourself. It's downloaded now, but who knows when I'll get to it. Please
Yeah,
tell us more about Doom Eternal though, because
I was no.
rants.
It took me like 30 fucking minutes just to figure out how to get this goddamn game and then do 50 gig of download. Okay, so look, I'm like my own brain is ripped in half playing the Bethesda Doom games. I had a very similar feeling on the first one, and it is so much more reinforced on the second one.
Okay.
I really like the game. It's super fun. I like the pace. This one, at least to me, I will say, the first one I played on computer. So like Bethesda Doom,
Okay.
I played on PC. This one I'm playing on my Xbox, and my living room setup is not ideal for shooters.
Okay.
I can play a lot of stuff on there, but like you've been to my living room, it's just a little far away
Yeah.
for like a really good shooter experience. I probably shouldn't have played it on my Xbox, but it was free, so I said fuck it.
Same boat.
But I'm liking it, right? It's this nice, really fast-paced shooter. I love like the over-the-top gore.
Okay. Are you team Hook or are you team shut the fuck up and don't talk about Hook?
Hook?
Isn't there a thing now where you can like hook and climb up to shit?
Oh yeah, I literally just got the grappling hook
Okay.
that's attached to the super shotgun. I just got that.
Okay, so you don't have an opinion yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still fairly early in. I
Okay.
just started playing this weekend. But
But
nothing but praise. Fun game. Really
Okay.
enjoying it. Fun game.
but
This isn't Doom.
okay.
Other than using like the creatures from Doom, this isn't Doom.
Explain.
They're trying to get this super retro feel by splashing neon colors all over your UI. So like your bullets, your armor, your flamethrowers, your chainsaws, all of that is in these really bold neon colors, which like you know me and fucking neon bullshit that I spackle on everything.
Yeah.
Love that color palette. I don't know why it's in a Doom game.
Yeah,
Like truly, I don't understand why this color palette
the one
exists.
time it needs to be dark and gritty.
Right. You now have your own ship, which is like a base and unlock system where you have to like collect things to power different parts of your ship to unlock that part of your base.
Okay. So like Starbound?
Kinda.
Okay.
But like
but
Doom,
what does that get you?
right. Doom never had like I don't know why we suddenly need a base in Doom. Doom never had a base of operations. You don't need this. And I honestly felt the same way. Again, I liked Bethesda's first Doom game, but the upgrade system was a little much for it. Like, I get it. You can't just do keys and monsters and map and go. You've got to do something to innovate. I understand. Yeah. And I don't hate the upgrade system. Personally, I would have tried to find maybe something else for Doom. Like, I think the tap to do instant kill thing is really cool. I thought that was a great addition. I thought that fit Doom really well. Yeah. I don't love the upgrade system, but that's back in this, and I wasn't surprised by that, and I'm not like hurt by that, but I feel like Bethesda is just sort of Bethesda-ing all over Doom. Yeah. Let's have base building. Let's have character progression. Let's have like all these secret doodads. Like
you're talking about like the collectibles and shit?
Yeah, like, bro, Doom had secret rooms for real. But this has me, like, now I'm collecting soundtracks, I'm collecting baubles, I'm collecting...
That's right, yeah, I remember that.
Like...
Did you finish the last game? Because both of those were in the last game. Okay.
No, they were, and but again, it's one of those additives. Like, no, were soundtracks in the last game, too? I thought soundtracks were new.
No, they're not. They were. I don't know if soundtracks, but they were like recordings. So you heard like people freaking out and what happened during the initial bad things.
I'm pretty sure I've only grabbed like one because again I'm really early in.
Yeah,
I've only grabbed one so far, but I'm pretty sure it was a soundtrack.
Okay. Yeah. No. In the last game, they were audio logs.
Yeah. No. This is like a secret thing I had to go out of my way to get.
Okay. In the last one, they had some hard to find audio.
Yeah, no. This is definitely not that.
Okay.
100%. It's not that.
What does it get you other than you get to change the music? That's it.
You got it.
Oh, that's kind of lame.
Yeah, like there's just.
It's just kind of boring.
It's fucking Bethesda doing Bethesda. Yeah. This is what they do, and like I'm. Does nobody on the creative team at Bethesda go, is anyone else bored? We've done the same game. Like, this has way more pacing than Skyrim or Fallout, for sure. For sure it does. But, I don't know. It's got the base building kind of like Fallout, and it's got a lot of the same structural ideas as Fallout. They're not really trying. This isn't Doom. This is like generic bad. You know what this feels like? What this should be? This is what Blood Dragon should have been.
Okay. I was actually going to bring out the Blood Dragon.
Better version of Blood Dragon, and this would murder. This is it.
Okay, so this is something
but
else.
As a Doom game for me, this is a fun game that somebody stapled Doom pictures on top of. It's not Doom. Dude, there's so much platforming. That's what, like, honestly, like, I was getting super frustrated with it, and I'm like, there are hard fights. I'm not downplaying the fights. There's a couple where I'm, like, playing the fight over and over again, but honestly, what's killing me the most out of anything...
is falling off of shit?
Fucking platforming
Well, now
bullshit.
That you got the grappling hook, less of that.
Maybe. I don't know that. Let's play the fun game. Hey, gamers, raise your hand if you like platforming in first person. Oh, gee, is that no one with their hand up? Cool, let's all go ahead and take note of that for future reference, that no one fucking likes this.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's a first-person shooter game.
I think, like, Mirror's Edge did really well, but I actually didn't play it.
I didn't either. I'm terrible.
But I've heard that, like, that's, like, the go-to first person but everybody went like, no, this is first person platforming done correctly. So they had to go out of their way to make a
Yeah.
game about first person platforming, not shoehorn. Like, I was pissed when Borderlands does its little bit of platforming. Like,
Oh.
knock it off.
But at least at Borderlands, like I always thought they did it in a fun way.
Like, I'm not saying it's not, like, there's fun parts in this, but when I'm like, land on this platform, you missed, you missed, you missed, you missed. Can we do something to just make it easier to line it the fuck up? Maybe I'm just old. Like, I'll admit, I gotta turn up all the fucking. I'm loving that games are doing this now. I've had this problem even before I was fucking old. But text, like, I play. I even watch TV. I do everything with closed captioning. I just always have.
Yeah.
Always. I've done everything. I just watch everything with closed captioning. So for games, I have closed captioning on, and the text is usually so small. I'm like, I can't read this. Doom lets you turn up your UI and your captions to a larger size, and I'm finding more and more games that are like, hey, if you want to blow up your screen with all this shit, do it. And yes, I do want to do that. I do want giant text over everything.
Do you know what the real problem is? Is we are suffering from our success. Our TVs are bigger, and I don't just mean you and I mean like the human race.
Yeah,
our TVs are bigger. Our resolution is smaller.
You know what I just saw a commercial for?
What's
They're
up?
using. I actually saw a commercial on like the limited avenues I have for commercials.
Yeah.
But Shaq is advertising. It's like 126-inch TV.
Wow.
It's basically 4 panels attached.
Yeah. How would you get that in the house?
That's what my wife said. She's like, do they have to assemble it afterwards? Because that's not going to fit through the door.
Well, that's why you know which TV I'm actually really looking into, and I know we're totally going on tangents here, but it's 5D. It's what we do.
This is that fifth dimensional conversation.
You know those fucking unfoldable TVs, like the roll-up TVs?
I've heard of them. I've not seen them.
I've only seen one, obviously, on YouTube at a trade show that I think LG was doing.
Oh, I heard it was Samsung, but
there
might even be more than one. Yeah,
but honestly, like, it's legit. It's a box that sits on your counter, like, box, and then it flips open, and then this thing just comes out, and it's like a 65-inch, or I think it's probably bigger, but TV, and it just works. And I'm like, okay, I could get into this because my current TV, I actually put it on a articulating mount right now.
Same.
Because who needs fucking stands and taking up all that room on your so
Same.
You have a little box that you can wall mount that bitch. It's not that hard, and it just rolls out. And when you don't need it, whatever, like that is fantastic. But they're really expensive right now, as any new tech is always really expensive.
Right.
So I'm super into that. Also, I still want those phones that they were doing the beta test where it's foldable and you just like snap it on your wrist.
Yeah. I don't need my shit on my wrist.
I mean, dude, if my Apple
You know
Watch,
me and my anti-fucking iWatch bullshit.
I know, but if it was just my phone that I was able to like pull and like straighten up and just use like a normal fucking phone, why the fuck not? Like, I think the foldable phone thing is a fucking gimmick, and I don't understand why we would do that. But if it's foldable to put it on your wrist, why not?
It's not the segue I was going to go for, but chat hitting us with a segue that we can use right now. Chat talking about...
So, Power Rangers...
What?
No, just kidding. Mortal Kombat!
New Mortal Kombat movie, man. I've been peripherally aware that this was in the works, but you know the world I live in. Nothing's real till you got a trailer, and even then, that shit still might not happen. Yeah. We got a trailer, like new rated R, hard R Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah. So full disclosure, I literally just saw this trailer.
Yeah, he watched it now.
Yeah, right before we went live. And yeah, thanks for the chat for bringing that up. Okay, you go first.
Let's just get my only... Well, okay. But let's get my major concern out of the way. We're making up a character for our main character? Is this our Mary Sue? Are we Mary Suing Mortal Kombat? Like, what? That's a little weird. A lot of people online are saying it's going to turn out to be Johnny Cage at the end. Like, that's his real name, but his stage name, actor name is Johnny Cage. And that's a twist I can actually get. Like, that's probably one of the few times where fans will have called the twist before it happens, and I'm still okay with it.
Yeah, if that were
I'd actually kind of prefer if that twist was the twist.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not against that. Although God, this is the weirdest thing. I'd be very annoyed if people weren't mad that Johnny Cage isn't a dude from LA.
That guy could still be from LA.
But like, we're talking about a white dude from LA. Johnny Cage needs to be that douchey white dude from LA. That was
He could be a douchey Asian dude.
I mean, he could be, but with how much hate film and actors get for playing a different thing, it's only fair that the hate comes through.
I mean,
I'm the type of person who I think anybody can play fucking anything, but if we're gonna be dicks, let's be dicks universally. It's called
I'm okay with it, if only to help bury the surprise, because let's go back to like Arkham Knight. I called the twist ending from the trailer because I went, guy with a red helmet and guns. Gee, who could that Batman villain be? Like, literally, from the trailer, I called the end of that movie.
Yeah, but that's just...
Or the end of that game.
That's poor writing. It's like, it's not Khan. It's totally not Khan, guys.
Well, right, but again, like, people
Khan.
looked at it and they went, that's Khan. If this was done purely to help bury the twist, I'm kind of cool with it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get my minor complaint out of the way.
I have two minor ones, so go on.
My one minor complaint, I can't ever rewatch this trailer. Because at the very end of the trailer, they snap to a whole bunch of finish him moments, and they give away who wins each and every fight in the movie. And I'm so glad that they did it quick, because I'm like, okay, if I rewatch this, I'm going to pay attention, and I'm going to know who wins each fight. As long as I never rewatch it, until I see the movie, I'll be okay, because I don't remember who won what. But if I do it again, if my brain has time to think about it, my brain's going to take some snapshots, and I'm going to be like, well, this fight's worthless to watch now.
Yeah. Same.
Hated that in the trailer. Why would you do that?
Well, I thought that was like just a poor choice.
So dumb.
But I have two gripes. The way that they set up the story in the beginning is dumb, because they say these chosen humans start developing superpowers, right? That's their setup.
Sure.
Motherfucking Jax just gets his arms ripped off.
That's like a superpower.
No, that's not a superpower. It's just like in the, like as much as it has a
maybe his superpower was gonna be in his arms, and then them sons of bitches got ripped off.
Yeah, sure, that's great, but it's still doesn't make him a chosen one for this series. I feel like they should have tried harder. I'm just saying.
Well, okay. Let's play the game where we just nitpick this thing to death. Even though, let's say it now, we're both very, very excited.
Oh yeah,
we
no. I'm gonna watch the living dick out of this movie.
Yeah, like money is spent. So like, I'm not gonna wait until it comes out on DVD. I'm gonna watch this.
Yeah, I'm literally like looking for things to be mad at here. Let's be real. Okay, so that's my first really nitpicky thing. The second nitpicky thing is there's a moment where Scorpion uses his famous move.
Get over here.
Yeah, except the actor can't back it up. So, you either, because it comes off as cheesy and fucking forced. And it reminds me of the old movies. And it should not remind me of the old movies, because as much as they're special to me, both the Jax thing and the Scorpion thing both remind me of the old movies.
Well, okay, hold on. Are we sure that that's how it's going to play out in the scene? It could be trailer audio cutting.
To be fair, I was going to say, so what you do for that is you either ADR the dick out of it.
Yeah.
Or
that fight's going to be ADR anyways, so you won't even notice the difference.
Exactly.
It's going to be ADR.
Or maybe for that moment you get an actor that can pull the line off. That's all I get. Like I said, very nitpicky, and who knows, but those were the only two bad things about that trailer.
I liked looking at parts and being able to tell like exactly what move they were doing. Like they took the time to work in specific moves from the characters, which was real cool. And not just like the nut punch, but like the whole he shoots the ice up behind him and does the whole
actually
that's a thing.
One of my favorite setups that was a latter Mortal Kombat games is the ice sword thing. I thought that was fucking fantastic. I like that they're leaning into the powers where the last set of movies really kind of didn't.
Yep.
And I realized that was because they didn't have the budget to.
Well, and also they were a little older, so some of the new stuff wasn't quite out yet.
Well, that's fair, but even the stuff that was out, the CGI wasn't really on point.
Yeah. They definitely didn't have it. I'm just saying, like there's all like the swords, the weapons definitely weren't.
And
out
so
yet.
far, it looks like they're staying true to the characters, where the last one also didn't.
Right.
So yeah, I'm into it.
I liked seeing. They're also he doesn't have a character portrait here, but if you're watching the trailer close, you can see some. Hints at Reptile.
Oh yeah. But
can we talk? Okay, my other like nitpick. This is truly nitpicky.
Sure.
Already, like what's on the screen right here, we have represented more than what existed in the original game. Let's get that out of the way right now. There are already more characters on the screen than what are in Game 1.
Okay, wait.
But
I'm looking this up. You
Molina wasn't in Game 1. Molina was not in Game 1. I think there's only one.
Well, I think Molina was in number 2.
Nope, Molina wasn't in until 3 or 4.
Really?
And then Kung Lao is not in number 1. Only Liu Kang is.
Yeah, that's real.
Okay, hold on. Let's see.
I'm looking it up right now. So playable characters, but
okay,
these are playable
number
characters.
1. Yes, playable in number 1. That's what I'm talking about.
But no, because Goro's in this and he wasn't a playable character. I'm just like
you could unlock him in home versions.
Oh, that's right, not the arcade. Okay. Sort of. Okay. So Johnny Cage, Kano, Liu Kang, Raiden, Scorpion, Sonya, Sub-Zero.
Raiden? What?
Raiden?
Raiden.
Yeah, I said that.
You said Radian.
No, I didn't.
You're like a bro.
You're lying.
We're gonna check the playback. Keep going.
Check the tape, boys. Shang Tsung, Goro, Reptile.
No, Reptile's not in number 1. What are you looking at?
He's a
not in the original.
He's a hidden character according to this. And they even have the voice actor apparently.
I don't think he's in until number 2. But hold on. I'm fact checking you, bitch.
I know for a fact he was in
non-playable characters are Shang Tsung, Goro, and Reptile. The only playable characters in 1 are Johnny Cage, Kano, Liu Kang, Raiden, Scorpion, Sonya, and Sub-Zero.
Fair enough. And apparently there's some rumored characters that haven't been confirmed. I don't know what that means.
Okay, so the rumored characters Ermac and Nimbus Terrafo. These are 2 characters that like schoolyard rumors spread as were characters that could be unlocked in the game but couldn't, but later games came back and just made those into characters.
Okay. So yeah,
so
apparently
like Ermac is a real
I know Ermac. The funny one is Nimbus Terrafall.
Yeah,
it's an April Fool's joke that got too far about an African American kickboxer. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay, that's funny.
But now I have to look. Hold on. Molina. Yeah. Mortal Kombat first game. I just want to see when she's in it because I don't even think it's number 2.
I thought it was 2.
Oh nope, you are correct. Mortal Kombat 2 is her first appearance. Is she playable or is she?
I don't know that she's playable because even Katana wasn't playable until 3. I thought.
Yeah, maybe that's what's throwing me off is
Katana,
playable versus non-playable.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's see. Appearances. Originally, as with all MK female ninjas, Melina, blah, blah, blah. Really, I just care about what game she's in. All right, I'm not going to put this much effort into it. But yes, you are correct. It was 2 that she first appeared. But still, so based on what you have on the screen right now, there are a couple of not, like Jax, not first game, Kung Lao, not first game, Melina, not first game. But,
To be
man,
fair,
as a big fan of MK3 and like the extended lineup, bro, where's my Nightwolf?
No.
Where's
Hold on,
Sector and
hold on,
Cyrax?
hold on.
Where's Ermac and Rain?
I honestly think this story takes place in Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 because you see not just Shang Tsung, but you also see what's his face, the other baddie.
Goro?
Because- no.
Oh, Shao Kahn.
Shao Kahn.
You see a statue of Shao Kahn.
No. He's moving.
Was he?
Pretty sure he was moving. Not much.
I don't want to
moving.
rewatch the trailer, damn it, Eduardo. It's going to give away all the kills at the end.
Well, then you're just gonna have to take my fucking word for it. But anyways, the point is that I think this is taking over place over 1 and 2. But yes, I too want to see Stryker, who supposed to look
Yes!
like a police officer, but the sprite actually looks like an old stay-at-home dad that's wearing one of those like fitness bands that's supposed to like jiggle your tummy to make you fit. They don't work, just saying. But he was great. Also, to be fair, Smoke is one of my favorite fucking characters ever.
I always really like Sector and Cyrax, the two
Well,
robots.
Yeah, but okay, I know why you like them because it's the same reason I like them. They were gimmicky as fuck, and in a fighting game that we both suck at, those were the only characters we could ever win with.
Quarter circle back, high punch,
Yeah.
shoot a missile out of your stomach. That or Shiva. I think it is Shiva. The Goro girl that's in that
The
game.
one that like jumps off the map and pounds
Down
on him.
up, down up, boom boom, down up, boom boom, down up, boom boom. Oh, it's the best. Little brother play. What? Okay, we only got a little bit of time, and there's probably a big one we do need to go over because it's a longer list. Eduardo, hit us with that Nintendo Direct background.
Okay, if I could remember which one of all these things is
Probably the one that says something like Nintendo or Direct.
Nope, it's the one that says max results because Google Labs shit's stupid. Nintendo Direct 2021. I don't know why Mario sat in this graphic, but everything else had like weird shit on it. So give me the list of Nintendo Direct 2021.
Yeah, and we're gonna run through it really quick. We only have to dive into ones we're really interested in. But here's according to IGN at least, these are quote all the announcements. I hope it is everything. If it's missing something, yell at IGN. But first up, Xenoblade Stroke. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Pyra and Martha join Super Smash Brothers. So it's getting 2 of the Xenoblade characters in Super Smash.
Okay.
Kind of dope, but I'm not huge on the Smash like DLC characters. Like I loved Smash, but I'm not deep enough to like I need every character to play
That's
with.
not Xenosaga, never mind.
Xenoblade or Xenoblade Chronicles.
Okay, because I tried to finish the Xenosaga and didn't. Continue.
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 news planned for later this year. So kind of a tease there.
Oh.
Meh, I'm not interested. Just play Dark Cloud.
I am. Just don't make the fucking weapons breakable. There's no reason. Like, none
Just
whatsoever.
play Dark Cloud.
It's just fucking stupid. All right, go on.
Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD announced for Nintendo Switch because why pay $50 for a game several years ago when you can pay $60 for a game now?
I saw that meme.
That's a thing. You can also get the Skyward Sword themed Joy-Cons so that you can spend an extra $50 on top of your game that was originally $50. So there's that. Splatoon 3 announced for Nintendo Switch. Sounds pretty dope. I've actually never played a Splatoon game.
Neither have I.
I really like. I don't see
it
how
requires
you would.
friends.
Right. Like unless it had a campaign, I probably never would. Okay, one my boss is like hyped for. He is on this train. Mario Golf. Apparently he's like, no, dude, seriously? He's like, that golf game is going to be so good because it adds in a little bit of that Mario Kart feel to golf, and apparently this one has a story mode.
Okay. I feel like this is the same obsession that a lot of folks have with like Pokemon Snap or any of those.
Okay, no, I'm fucking in on Pokemon Snap. Don't you say a negative word, son.
My point is that there's just some folks that are into this shit.
Yeah, though weirdly, Nintendo every few years whips out a sports game where you're like, yeah, okay. And
Yeah.
hey, maybe that's Mario Golf. Like, if I hear great things, I'll pick it up. I'll do
Well,
it.
I mean,
I'll do it.
think back to Mario Party when it first came out, and you're like, it's
The
what?
fuck is this? Yeah.
It's a board game, but we have those. They're just here. Like, what's so special about it? And that was fucking fantastic.
Right.
Okay.
So the next one has the worst name ever for anything, but apparently it's just the project name. Project Triangle Strategy.
Okay.
What this actually is, but the guys who made Octopath Traveler, which was that really like big throwback to 16-bit era RPGs. I actually really did like the game, but for me, it was a little too story heavy for me to sink really deep into it, and that kind of killed it for me.
Especially back then when you had to read all the story.
Oh no, I mean now, like I tried to play Octopath Traveler like a
Okay.
handful of months ago, and it was too much text. Like
That's
you
what I
had to
meant.
read through
That's
lots and
what I
lots and
meant.
lots of text, and I'm like, look, I've only got a few hours to play a game after work, and between hanging out with my wife and recording podcasts and writing comic books and everything else I do, it's just not for me right now. But this is going to be a tactics-based strategy game, and I'm hoping that that'll work out really well. Like they're kind of throwing it back as a harken to Final Fantasy Tactics, which is one of my favorite games of all time. So I'm really into this.
Okay.
Star Wars Hunters announced for the Nintendo Switch. It's called a free-to-play, squad-based online multiplayer game by Zynga. So we can just keep moving, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say you lost
Yep.
me entirely.
Yep. So Fall Guys Ultimate Knockdown is coming to Switch, which is kind of cool. I played Fall Guys a little bit. I like it. I don't love it. I don't love it because it's bad. It's just not my kind of gameplay.
Again,
That's my only thing. Again,
yeah.
it's not something that like hooks me. But it's one of those ones I will watch on Twitch all day. Watching Fall Guys is like watching Rocket League to me. I love gamer bars that put stuff like this up around because I will sit there and drink a beer and watch somebody play Fall Guys. 100%.
Let's just put this out there. If the aim of the game is to just fuck over the other people you're playing with, I'm out.
It's not purely to fuck people over, but it is an element. Like that is a thing you can do and a thing that people do.
I saw all the memes of people waiting at the finish line just to fuck with other people, even though they could be winning. I'm like, nah.
When I played, that did happen, but it was seriously like one or two guys, and honestly, most of the time it was easy enough to run around them.
Okay.
Most of the time.
Yeah. I think there's enough fucking trolls already in every fucking multiplayer game.
And again, this doesn't hook me, but again, watching it, getting to like have a beer at a bar or like sit down at home and like play a board game while that plays in the background, put it on while you work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could watch Fall Guys all day. I'm glad it
watching
exists.
and playing is very different.
Yes. And yeah, for me, there are certain games. Like there are games I will watch. There are games I will play. That's a game I will watch.
Okay.
Okay, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity expansion. I played first Hyrule Warriors. It was really good. I really want to play Age of Calamity, but I haven't picked it up yet. Actually, I'm probably just going to buy that on my next check. But the expansion pass I'm into.
I played Hyrule Warriors, and honestly, after a while, it wasn't entertaining anymore.
Oh, I loved it.
Like it was fun, but then after a while, I was just like...
But how do you feel about like 99 Nights and Dynasty Warriors and all those kind of games?
I like Dynasty Warriors. I think it was like 3 was my jam.
Okay.
I didn't play 99 Nights.
99 Nights is the best.
So I don't hate those kinds of games. It's just that the objectives just felt really repetitive. Like it wasn't interesting anymore. It was just, hey, it's harder this time, and I'm like, okay, I'm kind of done.
I like it because it's a great mindless sit on the couch and watch a TV show and play a game kind of game.
Yeah,
I was into it. Ninja Gaiden Master Collection announced for the Nintendo Switch. I actually might be really into this. It's got Ninja Gaiden Sigma, Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. I think it's just the 3 of those.
Do you really need another reason to kill yourself?
I mean, who couldn't? Super Mario items added to Animal Crossing. I know for the Animal Crossing folk, that's like,
Yeah,
collect all the things.
that is one thing that has my wife going
Yep.
fucking insane. And not because of the reason that you think. You know what they're adding?
Hmm.
Warp pipes.
Yeah.
She's like,
You gotta have it.
She's like, it takes me 3 fucking minutes to get to the other side of my island. I'm just walking. It's bullshit.
Sounds about right. Nintendo 3DS title Miitopia. It's going to be a Me game, but for the Switch, which can be kind of cool. I don't know, like whatever.
Eh,
I'm sure it'll be fine. Outer Wilds, not Outer Worlds. People keep confusing this one.
I've
Outer
heard of
Wilds
this.
is coming to Switch.
I've heard
Yeah,
of
I
this.
haven't played it either. It's supposed to be really good. I actually might pick it up on the Switch, especially if they do a physical release. I will probably
Yeah.
swoop that up. 2 Famicom detective games. Apparently, The Missing Heir and Detective Club, The Girl Who Stands Behind. Haven't played any of those. I was not a Famicom guy. Samurai Warrior 5 is coming there. Legend of Mana remaster. I'm pretty into this, actually. I'll probably swoop that up because I never played Legend of Mana, and it's one of those ones that's high up on my list.
Never even
but a
heard
great
of it.
really classic JRPG, like I think SNES era JRPG.
Okay.
Yeah, and like a long series, one of those ones like Final Fantasy that has 1,010,000 fucking
Yeah,
sequels.
unfortunately, I didn't play any JRPGs.
Right.
And
A
anything
lot
under-
of folk didn't.
Like, PlayStation was the first time I played a JRPG, and it was Final Fantasy VIII.
God, it's one of the best ones.
It really is.
New Monster Hunter Rise trailer is out. I'm actually gonna pick this. I tried World,
Wait.
and I think the only thing that killed me
Yes.
on World was sort of the community that you and I were in at the time.
No, honestly, what killed it for me was that the UI was hot fucking garbage,
Well,
and the fact that I couldn't just enjoy it. I had to go to 3 or 4 different places, so then I could enjoy it.
yeah. So I'm and my boss. Apparently, the demo is out now. You can try Rise right now
Okay.
for free. My boss is really into it. I actually might pick it up just based on his recommendation because there's been a few times he's steered me right.
I have to admit something. I don't have the mental faculty anymore to play a not just Monster Hunter, but that kind of game where you literally have to go hunt this one thing over there to upgrade your weapon to be able to go to a new area, like specifically, and you have to do it over and over again. Like, I don't like games where crafting becomes a job. And this is one of those games. Don't get me wrong. I loved, was it Monster Hunter? I had it on the 3DS. I still actually go back to play it sometimes. But that was the last game where I really was like, okay, I have to figure out these recipes. I got to learn them. We're going to figure this out. I'm going to go do a thing. I just don't have that. I just, like you said, I just want throwaway games to forget real life.
Sure. Yeah. All right, we got a bunch more, so I'm gonna start moving.
Yep.
Tales from the Borderlands, fantastic game. I actually think it'll play very well on the Switch.
I was about to say, yeah. Does you
might
think it'll
pick
work?
up might pick it up just to own the physical copy. Like,
Okay.
honestly, never even open it, but just to have that. Capcom Arcade Stadium. This is great. It's a whole bunch of classic. If you're into retro like I am, this is free. Capcom Arcade Stadium. It's a bunch of old Capcom
that's cool.
games that you can just swoop up for free. I think it's like 14 games or something like that. Great. Eduardo, you're going to shit yourself with this announcement. How much do I talk about this game? I'm 100% going to buy this digital and physical if I can. Stubbs the Zombie is coming out on Switch.
That's hilarious. Are you finally gonna forgive your brother?
No, because I already spent $50 to rebuy it. Now I have to buy 2 more versions. That's even more his fault.
Funny.
Another one I'm going to play because I missed out on it on the Wii and I always wanted to play it. No More Heroes is coming out on the Switch.
Okay.
I'm really into getting and finally playing No More Heroes because I never had the chance.
Is that the dude with the
lightsaber?
The lightsaber that's not a lightsaber?
Yes.
Okay.
Neon White. This is one I think I pinged to you. It's an on-rails first-person shooter card battle game, which I'm like, it's too weird to ignore. I have to see more.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
I want to see more, but I think I could really get into that.
God, I know we're running out of time, but you know what I've been craving?
Hmm.
I've been craving a good puzzle fighter.
If you can do a card battle fighter, bro, I know I just reviewed it, but Slay the Spire was scratching a real itch.
I want a puzzle fighter. I
You
don't.
wanna if you get on Marvel Puzzle Quest, I can get you in on my alliance.
Well, that's different though, right? Like the problem with those games is it's very fucking.
Oh wait, do you mean like the old Street Fighter puzzle fighter?
Yes, that's what I'm itching for.
You need to come back over. The PlayStation Classic has Street Fighter Puzzle Fighter, and I have the
Ooh.
PlayStation Classic. Order it. It's like $20.
Oh, I wonder if I can just get it on my PS5 because they have the arcade stuff.
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
Look, but if not, it's seriously $20 for a PlayStation Classic.
Yeah, and you know which game I actually want to play? The game that I'm actually itching for. It was for the Sega Genesis. It was shit. It was a puzzle fighter with like robots and shit. Something.
I'll keep going. You look it
Omega
up.
Boost.
Doesn't sound familiar, but you might not be wrong.
Yeah.
You look it up. I'll keep going. DC Superhero Girls Teen Power. I don't know much about it, but you can kind of lump me in with anything DC to where I'll at least keep my eyes on it and see if it looks like something I'll play. Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville Complete Edition. I actually might swoop that up. I realize it's a cheap fucking Flash bullshit game, noob, casual, whatever. Plants vs. Zombies is fun, and collecting all three of them on the Switch, if it's physical. I will swoop that up physical. I won't pay for. My wife will probably buy it digital, but I will swoop that up physical, and I will keep that. Knockout City, developed by the studio who brought us Mario Kart Live. It's like dodgeball, multiplayer dodgeball for Switch. I don't know how I feel about it. I haven't seen too much, but there's that. World's End Club. I also don't know what this is. Bravely Default 2. I know of the series, but again,
Oh yeah.
I'm not familiar enough to comment. Like, I know of it. I know it's a thing. That's all I can say. Saga Frontier Remastered. I don't know what that is. Ghost and Goblins Resurrection. That's a remaster of Ghost and Goblins. I will probably buy that. Apex Legends is getting a Switch copy. And Hades, which I'm actually probably just going to order in a couple of days here as it goes on sale. But I played the shit out of the digital version. I want a physical copy. I really, really like Hades. I will back Hades. I will put my name on Hades. If you own a Switch, Hades. It's also for PC. So TK, if you're looking for a good roguelite, Hades, really solid game. I had a really good time with it. How many times can I say really? Eduardo, that's about time. Play us out if you haven't found your Sega game.
I have not, and I will look for it later. Anyways, check us out Monday nights on N5D Podcast on YouTube. We are there from 7 Pacific to 8 Pacific. Tuesday nights, Bonsai is currently doing something on both N5D Podcast and twitch.tv/Metagame Network.
I'm putting in very minimal effort.
He is. Bias Bros also pretty soon going to be live on the YouTube on Thursdays.
Yeah, no, it'll be starting this Thursday. No, actually, well, yeah, and if we're going live, it won't be alternating. It'll be every Thursday.
There you go. Every Thursday, Bias Bros is going to be live. And while we figure out our publishing issues, those episodes will just be backlogged there, and they'll go live soonish.
Eventually.
On that note, any final words there, Bonsai?
Nope.
Cool.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey is looking pretty good.
Yes.
I will talk more about it later. Bye.
Yes. Bye.